Hi everyone! Today we're diving into our predictions for the upcoming GCSE Early Elizabethan England exam. We will be breaking down what's most likely to come up and how you can do well for it. Before we move on, let me share something that would be really critical for you. Content summary and top grade models answers written by our teachers. You can find a whole range of these resources at kingsbridgeeducation.co.uk. You can also find the link below. Now let's break down how we actually make these predictions. Here's how it works. First, we look at frequency. We look at how often certain syllabus points have come up in the past. If something's been tested a lot, it might be less likely to appear again, or it could be a recurring favourite. Then we look at recency. We also check how recently a topic appeared. If it came up just last year, it's less likely to show up again immediately. Finally, we look at notable gaps. We scan for gaps in key parts of the syllabus that haven't been tested in a while. All three help us build a smart, evidence-based predictions. Now that you know how we build them, let's look at the recent papers because what's just come up is less likely to come up again. In the 2024 paper, the main high-mark questions focused on the defeat of the Spanish Armada, the significance of the early Catholic threat and why the first Virginia colony failed. While you absolutely still need to know about these crucial events, it's less probable that these exact questions will be the main focus of the 12 or 16 markers again this year. Now, which topic should you focus on? We think the religious settlement itself in 1559 should be where you should focus on. Recently, questions have focused on the challenges to it. For example, it was Catholics in 2024 and Puritans back in 2020. But what about the settlement itself? The specific features like the Act of Supremacy, the Act of Uniformity, the royal injunctions and its immediate impact haven't been the core focus of a big question lately. Make sure you know clearly what Elizabeth actually did in 1559. We also predict Ridolfi and Throckmorton plots to come out. We've seen questions about the Northern Earls and the Babington plot recently, though Babington was only a 4-marker focus. However, the Ridolfi plot of 1571 and the Throckmorton plot of 1583 are specifically named in the syllabus but haven't been the main subject of a 12 or 16 mark question in the last 5 years. Be ready to explain their features, aims and significance. Don't forget Walsingham and his spies. Their role is linked here and also seems underexplored as a main topic. Another topic to consider is why did poverty increase? This is a key social issue. In 2022, there was a 12-mark question on why the treatment of the poor changed. However, the syllabus also asks you to know the reasons for the increase in poverty and vagabondage in the first place. Things like rising population, inflation, enclosure, bad harvests, the impact of monastery closures. This causes aspect hasn't been specifically tested with a high mark question recently, making it a strong possibility. We also highly recommend you focus your revision on Drake's round-the-world trip. As you would notice, Sir Francis Drake pops up quite a bit. In 2023, a 16-marker looked at why exploration increased, mentioning Drake and technology. But his famous circumnavigation as a specific event, why he did it and why it was significant, hasn't been the direct focus of a recent big question. Our final prediction would be to focus on Anglo-Spanish rivalry. Relations with Spain are always a huge theme, but think about the specific angles. Recent big questions hit the Netherlands' involvement in 2023 and the Armada's defeat in 2024. What about other parts of the story? The commercial rivalry, the role and significance of privateering, or Drake's daring 1587 raid on Cadiz haven't been the main event in recent high-mark questions and are crucial parts of the build-up to war. Let's finish with the golden rules. The non-negotiables if you're aiming for top marks in GCSE History. First, cover everything if you can. Predictions are helpful, but don't rely on them alone. Second, know your question types inside out. It's not just what you know, it's how you apply it. And third, study real answers. This is where most students go wrong. They revise the content, but they never see what a top grade answer actually looks like. That's exactly why the resources at Kingsbridge are so valuable. They break down top answers for you. So give your all. You've got the tools and the ability to do this. Good luck.